how did you get involved in the space, and sort of what do you do here in the cannabis space?
Yeah, I suppose really I'm here not really by choice. And really even enjoying cannabis, it is like liking cannabis actually a choice when I think about it like that. Like, am I here by choice? I'm not. Like, I liked cannabis because of my biochemistry. My biochemistry is the reason why I'm here. When I first used hash at the time, which it was, I very much enjoyed it. It melded well with me. For me, it improved my quality of life, albeit I was quite young at that time, and probably not able to make good quality decisions. We still are able to get access to good quality soap there.
Super.
Yeah. And it was a couple of years after in kind of having my relationship with hash until I finally got caught with it. And that is pretty much why I am here today. And speaking with you is because I got caught then with the hash. And that just felt wrong. I just felt violated. It just didn't sit well with me. And as soon as that happened, I just had to right that wrong. Like, I couldn't let that be. And I think a reason for that then as well is just a little bit more background on me and a person who am. I got quite bullied as a young person. Like, I don't know, is it coming across in the camera? Like, but I'm not like a pasty white Irish boy. I'm kind of like half caste, got a bit more of a tan, and I got bullied quite a lot because of that when I was growing up. Got called names and picked on, and I never really stood up for myself as such back then. There was even one particular person I'm thinking of now with this occasion, and this guy was smaller than me, and I let him punch me around the place. Like, he gave me a few smacks, and I didn't even try to hit the guy back or not. And it wasn't like I was just kind of trying to block the punches and get away, but I didn't even fight back. And I know if I knew if I had fought him back that day, I would have been able to sit in him, and he wouldn't have been able to do anything. Like, I was heavier than him and everything, like, but just I know I lacked serious confidence. Like, martial arts, then got into that when I was about 13. Got a bit of a backbone, and decided then, I'm never going to let anybody push me around again. And thankfully, I never had to stand up for myself then, from like that time until meeting the cops. Like, the cops were the next bully I met in my life, who I had to stand up against. And thankfully, I didn't really have to fight him. Maybe I would have preferred if it was just a physical fight. It'd be easier than this fucking long, drawn out, complicated legal battle that I've been in for the last, I don't know, in 33, I was 17 when I got caught. So, Jesus, nearly half of my life like that. I was nearly another 17 years. That's 16 years ago when I was 17. So next year, that'll be half of my life. I've been campaigning against this. That's pretty much why I'm here. I went up, I looked up the Misuse of Drugs Act, the law, which I was charged under that evening, and that brought me to the 1997 or 1977 when it was put in. And I was kind of following that breadcrumbs back along, and then you get to the UN, and then you go back as far as like America, alcohol prohibition, and I was just blown away by what I was kind of reading, and it's like, man, this is so bloody wrong. Like, there was no justification for it. It was all moral. It was all moral based, much like our disdain for people in same sex relationships. That was all moral based. That there was no scientific facts that like this is bad for you. It was all complete moral conjecture that being in a gay relationship is going to be bad for society. Society is going to collapse over it. But there was no real scientific data there backing that up. That was just morals, and that's very much the same as our drug laws. It was all moral based. People kind of with their condescending views looking down on us. So that's pretty much why I'm here. I got caught with some hash, felt violated, and stood up for myself. Campaigned long and hard. Engaged with the Legalised Cannabis Ireland campaign back in the day. Graduated to the Students for Sensible Drug Policy. Once I graduated college, then we started this podcast, The Martin's World.